sometimes they think it's effort. Sometimes it could be personality issues, so many different things, right? And the reality of it is it has to do with alignment. Okay. It has to do with alignment. It doesn't have to do with doesn't usually have to do with effort. Doesn't usually deal with skill level. It really has to do with the alignment in where are they putting their energy, and what are your expectations of where they're putting their energy and at what times and all that. It really has to do with that. And so, I mean, that distinction really matters. And that's part of the reason why it explains why my score felt a little bit wrong. My first score, it felt a little bit wrong. But after having this training, I think that my realization is that my score was actually correct, I think, at first. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But because Christine she was not convinced that my instincts had changed. Okay. She just wasn't. She's very curious. That's why she wanted to have this meeting. I'm basically getting a free consulting out of this, which is kind of cool. But what she said was some profiles, they're naturally adaptable. So when you see that the scores are somewhat in the middle, 5, 3, 6, 6, that's pretty. The only one where I had a strong one was the 3. Okay. That's so they break them into threes basically. So and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's how they usually break them down. And so I found that really interesting because I'm in the 5, 3, 6, 6. And what she meant is that the people that have those middle scores, they can typically move up and down the scale. Okay, so their instincts don't move, but they're more adaptable. So the adaptability is the instinct. And I'm sure she would probably put this way better than I'm putting it, but this is my interpretation of it. But the adaptability of the people like my first score is the instinct. And it allowed me to shift my dissatisfaction with that initial score into saying, you know what, that's actually a superpower. It was like this thing that clicked. And so I think that I could probably take that test today, and it might, even if it was a different number, I would or actually, if it was a different number, I would still think that was probably the right number. And the reason why is because it depends on where I am right now when it comes to my energy levels and what the situation is, and I adapt to it. So whenever I saw that 3, 4, 8, 5, that was me adapting in that situation. And so to me, it naturally fit. It's because I can move up and down that scale. I found that really, really interesting. It also made it easier for me to digest the 5, 3, 6, 6 number. And I don't know why I didn't like the 5, 3, 6, 6 so much, but I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I wanted to be on one end or the other, and I just wasn't.